Hi students, today we are going to discuss the unit 5, that is various factors affecting the performance of the transmission line. So coming to this unit 5, this is the 5th unit where we are going to see the various effects as we discussed. Like total there are 5 effects which are to be followed. They are the skin effect, proximity effect, proximity effect, and Faraday effect. Skin effect, proximity effect, Faraday effect, and corona. These are the 4 effects which affects the performance of the transmission line. So first, coming to this unit 5, we are going to see the first factor, that is skin effect. Coming to the skin effect, the name itself says that, let us see here a conductor. So whenever this conductor is used to transfer the AC supply, that is whenever this conductor is carrying an AC current, then a non-uniform current distribution takes place in the inner surface of the conductor, that is throughout its cross-sectional area. So the tendency of this alternating current to flow mostly near the outer surface of the conductor means this plus charges, if you check it now, all this is the current representation. So the entire current was accumulated. The entire current is accumulated at the surface of the conductor, whereas inside of the conductor, if you verify, the current is 0. This all thing is happened for an AC current. So I repeat, what is skin effect? Skin effect is nothing but whenever the conductor is carrying an alternating current, then throughout its cross-sectional area, the current is not uniformly distributed. It is unevenly distributed. That is, most of the current is concentrated at the circumference, that is outer surface of the conductor, keeping the inner side of at the center the current as 0. This non-uniform distribution of the current is defined as skin effect. If at all, if the same conductor is used to carry DC current, then such a skin effect is not present in the DC transmission. It is present only in AC transmission. Because in AC conductor, we know that there are fluxes developed in the AC conductor, flux linkages are happened. So the magnitude of the flux linkages at this center is higher in magnitude, psi is higher at the center, and as this radius is approaching to its outer surface, the magnitude of this flux linkages goes on decreasing. Since the conductor is made up of with many filaments, those inner filaments, the filaments that are present in the inner side, will have more flux linkages when compared to the filaments that are present at the outer surface. Since the flux linkages are more for inner strands or inner filaments than compared to the outer filaments, the inductance offered, because inductance L is defined as flux linkages per ampere current. Since the flux linkages for inner filaments is more, the inductance offered for the strands is very high than compared to the inductance of the strands which are available at the outer surface. Since inductance is high, the inductive reactance will be more. As the inductive reactance is more, obviously the ohmic value is high. That is why less amount of current or 0 amount of the current is available at the center of the conductor, where it goes on, the radius goes on increasing towards its outer surface. The ohmic value slowly decreases, so that entire magnitude of the current is available at the surface of the conductor whenever it is subjected to AC current, whenever it is carrying AC current. So this non-uniform distribution of the current is called as, the tendency of this non-uniform distribution of the current is technically called as skin effect. If you check it, the salient points, the skin effect is nothing but a non-uniform current density throughout its cross-sectional area. So the larger current density near the surface of the conductor happens. That is why entire electrons or current is accumulated at the surface. Zero current is observed at the center. In our explanation, we came to know the reason for zero current at the center. And this is the definition of the skin effect. So, coming to the skin effect depends on what factors do this skin effect depends. Skin effect depends upon nature of the material. So what type of the material is used, it depends upon. Skin effect depends upon the nature of the material, and also it depends upon the frequency. As the frequency increases, the magnitude of the skin effect also increases. So because of this non-uniform distribution of the current, as we know that skin effect occurs, then what is the problem with this skin effect? So the problem with this skin effect is resistance R is equal to rho L by A. Okay. As the surface, if you see this is the conductor, and the outer surface of the conductor is only used to carry the current, means its utilization of the cross-sectional area has been decreased. Whenever the utilized cross-sectional area is decreased, the resistance offered by the conductor material also increases. Since the resistance increases, the ohmic value was increased. That is the major drawback with this skin effect in AC circuits. So, because of this skin effect, the resistance gets increased, and the skin effect depends upon the frequency also. As the frequency increases, the magnitude of that resistance also increases because the skin effect increases. Okay. And also the skin effect depends upon the diameter of the conductor. The diameter of the conductor. If the diameter of the conductor gets increased, then obviously the skin effect gets increased, so that the resistance of that material also increases. And the skin effect depends upon shape of the conductor. Okay. And as I tell you that this depends upon the shape of the conductor. There are two types of conductors in general usage. There are stranded conductors and solid conductor. If you check here, the skin effect is less for stranded conductors when compared with the solid conductors. Therefore, the skin effect depends upon these total 4 parameters, which are called as nature of the material. It depends upon the frequency with directly proportional, and also it depends upon the diameter, directly proportional to diameter, and it depends upon the shape of the conductor. In shape of the conductor, for stranded conductors, the skin effect is more when compared with the solid conductor. So, the next, this is about skin effect. In skin effect, the magnitude of the resistance now is given by, resistance R total is equal to actual resistance plus Ks times that of the actual resistance, where this Ks is due to skin effect factor. So that R total is equal to actual resistance into 1 plus Ks, and the Ks value is more than 1. Okay. So that the total net value gets increased because of this addition, so that total resistance gets increased in the conductor whenever it is subjected to skin effect. This is about the skin effect. Coming to the next effect called as proximity effect. So skin effect means the non-uniform distribution of the current in the cross-sectional area leads to the increment of the overall resistance. Okay. Whereas proximity effect, it is observed in the transmission line whenever it is carrying with 2 conductors side by side. Whenever it is carrying with 2 conductors side by side, like this, if you assume that there are 2 conductors, conductor A and conductor B, which are separated with a distance of capital D meters, having a radius of R. This is R. This is also R. Okay. And we assume that the distance D is far greater than R. Okay. So whenever those 2 conductors are running side by side, then whenever the conductors carry high alternating voltage, then the currents are non-uniformly distributed on the cross-sectional area of the conductor. Mean to say that whenever these two conductors are used for high voltage alternating voltage transmission, then if at all, if this conductor is carrying a current, then the amount of the flux produced by this A conductor is going to link with the B conductor. And similarly, whenever this B conductor is carrying a current, then the flux produced by this B conductor is going to link with its adjacent conductor. So that whenever the two conductors are carrying the currents, their fluxes are going to link with the other conductors, so that net flux linkages gets increased, whereby the inductance also increases. We call this flux linkages as mutual flux linkage. Because of this mutual flux linkages, the magnitude of this ohmic value of this entire conductor gets changed. In a result, the total resistance of that particular conductor gets increased. Okay. So the effect of one conductor whenever it is carrying the current, that is going to link with its adjacent conductor which is in the same region. Then the other conductor is subjected to this proximity effect. Proximity means within its vicinity, that is within its area, if they are located and the current is non-uniformly distributed because of the various flux linkages, such a property is called as, such a phenomenon is called as proximity effect. So this effect is called as proximity effect. And this proximity effect results in increment of the apparent resistance. Similar to the skin effect, the proximity effect also increases the magnitude of its resistance. Okay. Of the conductor due to the presence of the other conductors carrying the currents in its vicinity. So that is whenever the two conductors are located in the nearby, so that one conductor will affect the performance of the other conductor, so that the magnitude of the resistance gets changed due to this proximity effect. Then the overall resistance of this conductor is equal to actual resistance of the conductor R plus some constant Ks times that of R value, where Ks is due to the skin effect, plus Kp times to that of R value, where Kp is the constant due to proximity effect. So that overall the total resistance of the conductor R is equal to R total is equal to RT. R total is equal to R into 1 plus Ks plus Kp, where Ks is due to skin effect and Kp is due to proximity effect. So far we completed the two effects that are happening in the transmission line, due to which the magnitude of the resistance gets increased in both the cases. And factors affecting the proximity effect. So then what are the factors affecting the proximity effect? So frequency. The first one is the frequency factor. So the proximity effect increases with increase in the frequency. Therefore it is directly proportional to frequency. Proximity effect is directly proportional to frequency. And also depends upon the diameter, in similar to our skin effect. So the proximity effect increases with increase in the conductor diameter. Therefore it is directly proportional to the diameter of the conductor. We will call it as a small d. And next, the structure. The proximity effect depends upon the structure also. This effect is more on the solid conductor than the standard conductors. So in general it is opposite to our skin effect. In skin effect we came to know that standard conductors will have high skin effect than the solid conductor. But here in the proximity effect, the solid conductor will have more proximity effect than the standard conductors. And also depends upon the material. If the material is made up of with high ferromagnetic materials, then the proximity effect is more on the surfaces. So in general, the material used also affects the proximity. So It depends upon frequency, diameter, structure and material. So, how to reduce this proximity effect? So the proximity effect can be reduced by using ACSR conductors. As we came to know previous discussion that for solid conductors the proximity effect is more. Therefore, to reduce this proximity effect, better to use the stranded conductors, that is aluminum conductor steel reinforcement. So aluminum core steel reinforcement conductors. So by using this aluminum conductor steel reinforced ACSR, we can reduce the proximity effect. Since using this ACSR, the entire current will flow through the outer surface or the outer layer. Therefore, the no current is carried at the center of the conductor. Because of this feature, as we know that this is the steel strand which is located at the middle. Out of this steel strand, the strands of aluminum are placed and we call this as ACSR conductor. So outer filaments is used to carry the current I, whereas the inner strand, because of made up of with steel, zero current. Thereby this current, because of accumulating at the surface itself, reduces the proximity effect. Thus reduces the proximity effect on the conductor. In this way we can minimize the proximity effect. Okay. So far we discussed the skin effect and proximity effect. The skin effect is nothing but it is a tendency of non-uniform distribution of the current. Non-uniform distribution of the current is called as skin effect. Whereas proximity effect is due to the two conductors lying in its same region, whenever one conductor is carrying the high currents, because of transmitting high voltages, that currents will lead to the generation of the fluxes. Those fluxes is going to link with its adjacent conductor. Mutual effect. Because of that, resistance gets increased. So, two parameters we discussed up to now. They are skin effect and proximity effect. And the third effect is Ferranti effect. The third effect is Ferranti effect. Then what is meant by Ferranti effect? So whenever this long transmission line, especially the line should be a long transmission line. So whenever this long transmission line is operated under lightly loaded condition or open circuited condition, then on the receiving end side, the voltage which is called as VR, its magnitude is observed to be greater than the sending end voltage, Vs, where VR is the voltage at receiving end side, Vs is the voltage at sending end side. So, with the two conditions to be satisfied, called as for long transmission line, operating with open circuit or lightly loaded condition, under these two conditions, for a long transmission line, whenever it is operated with the open circuited condition, then we can observe a factor called the receiving end voltage is greater than sending end voltage. Such a phenomenon is known as Ferranti effect. If you see it here, the voltage at the receiving end side is more than sending end voltage, VR greater than Vs. In general, for any transmission line represented with its black box having two ports, sending end port and receiving end port, with the voltages called as Vs and VR. Because of the ohmic values present in the transmission line, whenever it is used, then the drops will exist, line drops will exist. Okay, so that the magnitude of VR will be less than Vs as a general case. Whenever it is loaded. But whenever it is open circuited or operated at lightly loaded condition or no load condition, this condition is very important. Whenever they are operated at lightly loaded or open circuited or no load, then we can observe a reverse operation, that is VR magnitude will be greater than Vs. Such a magnitude observation with VR greater than Vs, especially for a long transmission lines, that effect is called as Ferranti effect. Okay. So let us see why the magnitude of that VR is greater than Vs whenever it is operated at a lightly loaded condition or no load condition. Because let us take an example for explaining this Ferranti effect, especially as I told you it is for long transmission line. This is the pi representation what we took here. This series impedance is having capital Z ohms, which is equal to R plus J XL, and the net admittance called as Y value is represented here with the capacitors. Since it is a pi model, pi representation, nominal pi representation, so they are equally divided and are placed one half of the capacitor nearer to the sending end side and the other half of the capacitor nearer to the receiving end side, like this C by 2 and C by 2. So the currents passing in them are identified to be IC2 and IC1. As I told you, the Ferranti effect is mainly observed whenever the transmission line is operated at lightly loaded or no load condition. Since it is no load operation, so these two port terminals are open circuited terminals. Thereby the current in these terminals will become zero, as I shown here. IR is zero. Because of this branch current or load current to be zero, this R, X and capacitor C, these three elements are said to be connected in series. Carrying some certain current called as charging current. Whenever the transmission line is operated with open circuited condition and the current is observed, such a current because of no load operation is occurred due to capacitor. Such a current is called as charging current. That charging current is supplied by the source. Okay. That charging current is responsible for VR magnitude to be greater than Vs. VR magnitude to be greater than Vs. If it is known clearly, then we can go for the phasor diagram for a clear understanding purpose with the KVL applied. If you check it, the voltage across this element is called as no load voltage. Okay. To that no load voltage of this capacitor, if I add the drop, then I will get Vs. Okay. So let us see how to analyze the phasor diagram. Coming to the phasor diagram, as we told that the resistor this was the resistor, inductor followed by a capacitor, and we call this voltage to be as VR at no load. And here also one more capacitor is there, and this is the charging current passing in this direction, IC. Let me call that as IC. And this is the voltage Vs. This is R plus J XL, and this is minus J XC. So let me concentrate only with one capacitor. That capacitor voltage is identified to be VR at no load. It is taken as a reference for our equation. So across the capacitor the voltage is VR and the current is identified to be IC. Therefore this VR is taken as reference. Yes, this VR is taken as reference, OE line. With reference to the voltage across the capacitor, the current in the capacitor should be leaded. Since I took only one element as a pure capacitor, the current IC should be leading to voltage by 90 degrees. That is why you can observe here a leading current. This was the current. OH is the current phasor, which is leading to the voltage VR by an angle of 90 degrees because of having only capacitor element in our analysis. So that current, after identifying, you can apply the KVL loop. What is KVL? Vs is equal to the voltage available across these two port terminals called as VR plus the leading current IC multiplied by R plus J XL. R plus J XL. So I mean to say Vs is equal to VR plus IC into R plus J IC into XL. I mean to say this equation Vs is equal to VR plus IC into R plus J IC into XL. If you implement this KVL equation in our phasor diagram, then we will come to know whether this VR is greater than Vs or not as per Ferranti effect. So let us implement this equation in the phasor diagram. As I told you, VR is taken as reference. The current IC will be leading current. Therefore, OE is the VR and OH is the leading current IC1. Then I have to add the resistive drop to this VR. In resistor, I know that voltage and current will be in phase. Therefore, the voltage drop across this element called as IC into R will be in phase to IC and it should be added to VR. Therefore, at the tip of this VR, at this point, I have identified the drop called IC1 into R, which was shown in phase to this IC1, that is EF. EF is a parallel line drawn against OH. EF is the parallel line drawn to OH because the resistive drop is in phase to the current. Voltage must be in phase to the current. Okay. This was the point where we got so far. Means VR plus IC into R is completed here up to this part. Again plus J. Plus J indicates that in